just an ordinary bloke from Korea, but by God, he can do extraordinary things. He's a champion. Probably been our greatest All Black in modern time, if not ever. We've had some great All Blacks. So, Rich, if you can come forward.
We'll worry about that after today. I just want to enjoy playing.
What Richie McCaw taught me about failure, resilience, and leadership. What if I told you, rugby's greatest champion, the man who lifted to World Cups, who led the most dominant team in history, once nearly walked away from the game, Richie McCaw. His name is etched in rugby folklore, but behind the trophies, the haka, the headlines, is a story few truly know. This is a story of failure, of resilience, of grit, and the mindset that defines greatness. This is the untold journey of Richie McCaw. Richie McCaw is more than just a legendary All Blacks captain. In his book The Open Side, he shares raw insights about what it really takes to win, lose, come back, and lead. Here are the most powerful lessons. Part 1. The untold story of a champion. Richie McCaw was born on December 31, 1980, in Oamaru, a small town in New Zealand's South Island. He grew up on a sheep farm in Kuro. Early mornings, tough chores, no excuses. The farm didn't just raise him, it hardened him. It taught him responsibility, discipline, and pride in doing the work no one sees. His grandfather had been an All Black, but Richie's path wasn't inherited. He had to carve it out himself. As a kid, he played barefoot on frozen fields, scraping his feet across ice-covered grass. He wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the flashiest, but he outworked everyone. Motivation comes from purpose. McCaw had one driving question: would I be proud of that? That became his compass. Not stats, not trophies, pride in effort, pride in the jersey, pride in doing the hard stuff. Chapter 2. Breaking Through. At Otago Boys High School, Richie stood out, not for showboating, but for doing the dirty work. Quiet, disciplined, relentless. That was Richie McCaw. By 20, he was playing for the Crusaders in Super Rugby. Later that same year, -2001, he earned a shock call-up to the All Blacks. Most fans didn't even know his name, but after his debut against Ireland, he walked off as man of the match. New Zealand had found something special, but that was only the beginning. The test of a leader was still to come. Chapter 3. Failure and self-doubt. After the All Blacks' crushing 2007 World Cup loss, McCaw didn't hide from the pain. He owned it. He turned it into fuel to rebuild not just himself, but the team. It's part of the process. We lost because we weren't good enough. 2007, the Rugby World Cup. France. The All Blacks were unbeatable. Or so they thought. Then, the unthinkable happened. A quarter-final loss to France, one of the darkest days in New Zealand rugby history. As captain, Richie carried the weight of that loss. The media turned on him. Fans demanded answers. He was blamed, questioned, broken, and quietly, he considered walking away from the captaincy, from the jersey, from the game, but he didn't. Chapter 4. Mental toughness. Mental toughness is trained. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. McCaw trained his mind like his body. He visualized tough moments before they happened. He embraced discomfort. He practiced composure under pressure until it became instinct. Key lesson: build mental toughness the same way you build muscle, repetition under stress. Instead of running from failure, Richie faced it. He started working with mental skills coach Gilbert Inoka. He began journaling, visualizing, training his mind like he trained his body. He studied leadership, learned from Navy SEALs, fighter pilots, and CEOs. He rewired how he handled pressure, how he thought, how he led, and that failure, that crushing loss in 2007, became the turning point of his career. Team before self. Even as captain, McCaw didn't act like a superstar. He swept sheds, checked in with teammates, and led by example. He believed a team only wins when everyone buys into a common purpose. Lesson: culture eats talent for breakfast. Chapter 5: Redemption. Leadership isn't easy, and it shouldn't be. McCaw made the hard calls. He delivered brutal honesty when the team needed it. Leadership, he said, means being the one to carry the weight, especially when things go wrong. Takeaway: tough leadership isn't about doing what's right, not what's easy. The World Cup returned to New Zealand. The pressure was immense. McCaw played most of the tournament on a fractured foot, a detail he kept secret until after the final. The final, an 8-7 slugfest against France. One battered captain who never gave in. Richie lifted the Webb Ellis Cup. Finally, redemption complete. But he wasn't done. Richie led the All Blacks to back-to-back World Cups, a feat no other captain had achieved. He retired that year with 148 Test caps, 2 World Cups, countless victories. But numbers don't define Richie McCaw. His leadership did. His mindset did. Chapter 6: The Lessons. Richie's story is more than rugby. It's a masterclass in personal growth. Here are the lessons he lived by. Face your failures. 2007 could have broken him. Instead, it built him. Never get comfortable. Complacency was the enemy. He kept starting over, even after winning. Lead by example. He swept sheds. He never asked of others what he wouldn't do himself. Do the hard stuff in silence. And above all, start again. Start better. Chapter 7: Legacy. When Richie McCaw retired in 2015, he left the game not just as one of the greatest players, but as one of the greatest leaders in sports. He didn't chase fame. He chased excellence. He didn't seek attention. He earned respect. His legacy isn't trophies. It's his character, his resilience, and the reminder that true champions are forged in the fire of failure and rise through the will to start again. Whether you're chasing greatness in sport, business, or life, Richie McCaw's lessons are clear. Own your failures, train your mind, lead with grit, and never stop raising the bar. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more powerful stories, and drop a comment below.